And welcome to round one. We're playing against I Got Careless. It was, I think he said his first SPC event, so welcome to the tournament series, friend. Thanks for joining. So yeah, so don't know what he's playing, and this hand, 2 land, we can anticipate for our 3rd land if need be, and then we have some ways to do stuff. Again, We Fate just kind of looks better if it was Divination right here. So yeah, we'll keep this guy. Looks like we're on the draw, playing against Montanya. He has a pause on our upkeep, but we draw land and play land. Land is a good draw. He's playing another Montanya. Martyr Scout. Alright, so mono red, is it Blitz something? So we basically only have Anticipate open. We hope that we scared him off this play by representing Nullify, but we take our 7 and we like it. Anticipate sees these 3. What do you take? Well, we've got 4 lands in hand, but one of them comes into play tapped. We've already got a Griptide, but both of his creatures in play already have haste. You never want to Griptide this Skull Cleaver. And it's kind of dumb to Griptide the other things, so yeah, I'm going to take Radiant Fountain. Gives us an untapped land and lets us play our Evolving Wilds this turn. Yep, so play Evolving Wilds this turn and the Jeskai Sage. So we drew a 2-drop, which was perfect use of our mana this turn, so we can block the 3/1, which is foiled by the dashed Goblin Heel Cutter, so we cannot block. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Down to 5, and effectively dead. I mean, if 3 cards in hand, even if they're all 3 lands, like, we just definitely can't win from this spot with what we have, so. Definitely play the Radiant Fountain and hope to Griptide his Heel Cutter before he attacks right now. That lets us at least block the 3/1. Even though I did make my guy a 2/2, still better to block the 3/1s because it saves the most damage, which we can't do. So Titan Strength anyway. You know, if I would have blocked the 2/2, my guy would have died. He probably would have still put me down to 1. Either way, like, that's why Titan Strength is fantastic. Draw another land, draw another land. We, I concede because I could have played the Adept, and even though he can't target it with the Goblin Heel Cutter, he could just attack with both creatures, and since I'm at 2, I am dead. So that was not a fun way to start the tournament, but I have a good sideboard. Again, I take out all the slow card draw spells, I bring in all of the core barriers and the Sidisi's Faithfuls, and keep the Treasure Cruises in. I actually figured out, at first I was cutting down 1 Treasure Cruise to lighten my top end, but that was a mistake. I think you want all 4 always because the first one begets more of them. So the first one's actually pretty important, and you don't mind getting a little stuck with them in hand. The problem against the aggro decks is that your expensive spells that don't have Delve are the problem. They are what gets stuck in hand so that you're not fueling your graveyard. But if you have all these cheap spells, they have to kill them. If they don't kill them, you're not dead, and then you're fine. If they do kill them, then you're going to Treasure Cruise, and then you're going to get hit on cards. So yeah, this game, I don't run the turn 1 or turn 2 Sidisi's Faithful out because I don't know. I wanted to play the Evolving Wilds so that I could play a turn 3 Coral Barrier first off, and this turn I want to Nullify. Yeah, I was hoping he would go for some haste creature. So that effectively saved 3 damage because his Foundry Street Denizen did not grow either. So here I get to play the Coral Barrier, which is like a nightmare against this type of deck. Now at least that creature's a 3/2. Oh, another Coral Barrier. That's like the perfect draw step. So here, I think I just play the Coral Barrier and play the 0/4, so I can at least block the 3/2, and should be good. I sent him a message that basically said, walls are up this game. He's like, yeah, it's going to be hard for me to punch through. So basically, I think he's representing Titan strength here. So my block is going to be really interesting. But take a look at it for a second here. I blocked the 1-1 on a 2-1, and the 0-4 on the 3-2. Those are kind of self-explanatory, but most normal people would just block both the coral barriers onto the Valley Dasher. But again, by playing around Titan strength, instead of it being a 2-2 and me eating it for free, he would make it a 5-3, eat one of my coral barriers for free, and then it would die. So instead, I want to put at least 3 power on it, because after he Titan strengths it, he can only kill my squid and a coral barrier, and I'll still have 1 coral barrier surviving. And if he goes for that play, which he does, I just traded. That's a straight 2-for-1. You know, he killed 1 coral barrier and the token, and I got the Valley Dasher and the Titan strength. So that's the kind of exchange that I'm glad he made. So yeah. So in this spot, we have the exact awkward hand of 7 mana for Treasure Cruise, 4 mana for Whirlwind Adept, and can only leave open Nullify, so hope he plays a good creature. Goblin Heelcutter is like the perfect creature that he could have played for us. And I will definitely block with my 0-4 just to potentially get a Titan Strength out of hand, which I do. So again, I'll trade Titan Strength for the 0-4. That's fine. So now I can Treasure Cruise this turn. I can also anticipate first, potentially, but I decided to Treasure Cruise first, then hope to play my land, and then anticipate, which is exactly what happens. So this is a bit of a brutal turn of taking 6, but still I'm only at 15 and he's only got 1 card, so I'm well on my way to stabilizing once I just play. Hopefully I hit land here. Anticipate, would find, yeah, Radiant Fountain is all I want. Life, hit land, play Rise of Eagles. So now his Goblin Heelcutter can't mess with me too easily here. Voyage's End I put on bottom. I do not think I want that right now. So he does not dash. He's trying to set up his board. He says, Trouble Puncher through. I think you may have stabilized. Yeah, I mean, you've dealt 3 damage to me. I think I may have. I mean, when I played the turn where I played 2 coral barriers, or coral barrier number 2 and Sidisi's Faithful is the turn I stabilized. So, yeah, interesting all-out attack here. It basically just shows he's got no game left. So I only block there. Basically, the Minotaur Skull Cleaver is going to be nullified by my 1-3 anyway. I should have blocked the... Oh, he made one of my other... I would have blocked with the other bird token on this 3-2. But he could not block that turn. That's fine. Yeah, so now I get to play my Adept and the Faithful just as a blocker. And he just scoops because there's no way he can get through my walls while I pound him in the face. So yeah, that game went really well. Let's see. I think this hand is... I think it's keepable, but it's not that good. We basically have turn 2 anticipate, hopefully find gas. Like each of these cards will be something good, but they're taking up our turns. We do have enough land to do everything though, so I think I'll keep. Alright, Jeskai Sage is perfect draw. Pretty much exactly what we needed. And he doesn't dash, which is actually pretty good for us. So here we can throw down the Sage instead of the Anticipate, so we've saved a lot of damage. Here, okay, he Lightning Strikes our guy. So at least we get to draw a card, but we're taking some beats. Gain that life back, hold open, Anticipate, and Nullify. Definitely nullify a haste creature. Again, Valley Dasher is just fantastic in mono red, I think. The attacks every turn is pretty much what it would do every time, so just like 2 mana 2/2 haste is just a fantastic card. So I run these Radiant Fountains out as soon as possible because I don't want to get burned out and I want to be able to play one every turn. Here's a bit of a misplay, I think. By Grip Tiding the 3/1 guy, he's going to draw it. But he can dash it, and then I'm going to take 5 that turn. If I Grip Tide the 1/1, I'm only going to take 3. And I already know that even if he replays the 1/1, he can't replay something else. So I basically just took 2 extra damage by casting it like this. Or targeting it like that. So yeah. So he does that exact play. He just dashes his guy and beats me 4/5. So I should be at 11. That was quite an idiotic play, a play that I did not think through. So here, I think I want to play my hexproof creature and trade with 3/1 if he goes and dashes it again. Yes, I'm quite happy to do so. So I'm at 7. Again, boom, I can Rise of Eagles, so even if he goes land Goblin Heel Cutter, I am completely safe. And he has Krenko's Enforcer. Wow, that card is really problematic right now. So the Coral Barrier was a good draw, but Krenko's Enforcer might be a problem. So I'm going to lead with Anticipate here. I need to find like something to deal with that. And Nullify is perfect, basically because I can Grip Tide Nullify it. And I get to ship 2 lands to the bottom, which is also perfect. So my plan is to actually, my plan was to take the 2 here and nullify it on the next turn, because if I nullified it on my main phase, he would have drawn it, played it again, and then I don't have mana open. I only have 4 mana open right now. So I plan on taking this damage, but he Titan Strengths, and this puts it to 5 unblockable. So my thought is, normally I would just Grip Tide now, but I thought, okay, that's the first Titan Strength that I had. Like, if I let that resolve, I'm letting him scry, which is bad. But I'm also, which he put to the bottom, so he got his value of putting a bad card on the bottom. But I'm also saying to him, like, hey, maybe I don't have anything at all. If you have another Titan Strength, go for it. And then I would obviously Grip Tide. But if I was in his shoes and I did have the second Titan Strength, and this is one of my only ways to win, I would maybe go for it. So, oh, I hit the wrong button. I hit that fast forward button. Anyway, he does not go for it. He passes priority back. I Grip Tide, and then with the 2 remaining mana, he plays Dragon Fodder, which is fine. Don't really care. I'm actually all prepared for that, so I'm probably going to Anticipate. And I'm just going to throw down the Coral Barrier. Okay. And Sidisi's Faithful, I think just as an 0/4 is fine. So now I have 3 blockers to his 3 attackers, and I can nullify if he plays like a Heel Cutter or a haste creature. So that's exactly what I wanted him to play. Great, nullify target. No attacks for him. And I do need to get my clock going, so here, leading with Anticipate, probably just take the Nullify, just to, again, I've already got board parity, and I got him on a 4-turn clock. I just need to counter his threats. I don't need another threat. These things are already good enough. Enforcer, again, perfect. I knew he had that, actually. He chose to play Heel Cutter instead of it last turn, so because he could have forced through some potential damage. So yeah, that was great. Nullify. This is pretty great. I figure I want to Weave Fate as a greedy play. Weave Fate, hit another land, and then play Coral Barrier, which I do. Lucky me. Hope that you'd only have one nullify. Yeah, 2 nullify was pretty sick there. Play the other Koala Bear. No. I could have attacked with the 1/1, but it doesn't change the clock. So he plays another Foundry Street Denizen, which doesn't do anything. I actually beat with my 1/1s here since it makes both of my 2/2s lethal. So, and I don't think there's anything he can do. I can actually sack one of my stupid 1/1s that I attack with just to trade, like force the trade with the first token. He lightning strikes me down to 4, so you know, basically if he has 2 more lightning strikes, or I guess land lightning strike, I don't think he does, so he would have played 4th land and he would have been lightning striking me sooner. So he's got a creature, attack with everybody, block, 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 block. Let's make the correct blocks here, analyze the blocks a second. Oh yeah, they're perfect. And he concedes, that's game. So the sideboard is just really a good matchup, as you can see. So yeah, that's round 1. On to round 2.